If you're looking for a change from the city life of all the hustle and bustle and also all the congestion, and you're considering moving to a place that offers a lake life with all the fresh air and the outdoor activities that a lake life has to offer, well, look no further, because today I'm going to hook you up on an ultimate map tour of Lake Lanier, Georgia. So it's my goal by the end of the video that you have a good idea of what are some of the homes available here on Lake Lanier and around the lake. What are some of the outdoor activities and amenities available here on the lake for you and your family? And how close are you to the city of Atlanta and some of the surrounding suburbs? So let's get it started.
Okay, let's jump here on Google Maps. Let's take a look at Lake Lanier here in Georgia. It's in northern Georgia. First thing I always like to tell you to do if you're looking on Google Maps is type in Lake Lanier, Georgia here in the top left-hand corner, and this is what you'll see here on Google Maps. Lake Lanier is outlined in red, and I always like to zoom out so you can see where Lake Lanier is located in relationship to the city of Atlanta. And let's see what the distance is to the city of Atlanta. Right now, if you left Lake Lanier close to the Oakwood area, it would take you a little bit less than 1 hour to travel from Lake Lanier down to the city of Atlanta. Right now, it's about 12 noon on a Saturday. So we always encourage our buyers, if you're looking at an area or a suburb here in Georgia on Google Maps and you need to maybe travel back and forth here where you're looking at living, definitely check out Google Maps, look at the distance, look at the traffic patterns throughout the day and also in the evening and the morning just to see what your commute might be going back and forth to downtown Atlanta. Okay, let's zoom in here a little bit to the lake so you can sort of see how large this lake is. And for those of you who are history buffs, I want to give you a little history about Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier is, as I shared with you, located in North Georgia. It is one of the most popular man-made lakes in the United States. And actually, Lake Lanier is the largest lake in the southeastern part of the United States. And over 10 million people do visit Lake Lanier each year. So the lake is really a very popular destination for people that live in America. They do like to come to Lake Lanier for vacationing and enjoying themselves. And also there's also other activities that happen on the lake throughout the year that we'll be mentioning further here in the video. In 1946, the lake was authorized by the U.S. Congress. Basically, the lake it's a man-made lake, so it was made really for a couple different reasons, but the three main reasons was flood control, controlling the flood. A lot of the towns and farms and areas around this area were being flooded with the waters coming in from the north, from the mountains. So they created this lake and they created a dam at the southern part of the lake to control floodwaters. Also, it is a water supply for the Atlanta metropolitan area. And it also provides some hydroelectric power for the area here in Georgia. So you can see why they built this lake. That's why Congress passed it. And then actually the lake was created by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and they started construction of the lake back in 1950s. And it actually was completed in 1956. The interesting, you might be asking yourself, well, Matthew, how did they come up with the name of the lake, Lake Lanier? And actually, the lake was named after Sidney Lanier. He was a 19th century Southern poet and musician who wrote the poem, The Song of the Chattahoochee. So that's who they named the lake after. And actually, the total lake encompasses about 38,000 acres. Also, the lake has about 692 miles of shoreline, and it is 26 miles long. And at the bottom here where the dam is, there's a dam here at the bottom. The depth of the lake at the dam can be up to 200 feet deep. So it is a very large and also very deep lake. Different parts of the lake can be very deep, which allows for a lot of different outdoor activities here in the lake for the residents and also people who visit to really enjoy the lake.
By the way, my name is Matthew. I'm a real estate agent here in Georgia. I also moved to Georgia from Florida over 16 years ago and been loving it ever since. And welcome to my channel, North Georgia Life, where we cover everything there is to know about living in North Georgia and the surrounding suburbs, including the best neighborhoods, things to do, so you get a really good idea what it's like living here. Make sure you subscribe below so you'll be the first to learn about the current market here on Lake Lanier, Georgia. My team and I love helping people just like you make a move here, even if that's in 5 days or 9 months. Give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. You can even schedule a Zoom call with us. All our contact information is in the description below. We'd love to help you make a smooth move here to Lake Lanier, Georgia, or one of the surrounding suburbs.
Now, when we're talking to a lot of our buyers that are looking at moving to Lake Lanier, they're looking to maybe live on the lake or around the lake. A lot of times they're sharing with us, we'll ask them what attracts them to the lake. And they share with us several different reasons. As I shared with you, one of the reasons is the location that the lake is in regards to the city of Atlanta. It's less than 1 hour to get there. Also, as you'll see here in the video, there is a lot of different type of home options here in the lake. You have some homes that are in gated communities. You have some 55 plus active adult communities here in the lake. You have some other homes here in the lake that are not in any communities or any HOAs, which some people really enjoy, having homes not in a homeowner association. And also the price ranges do vary here on the lake. So a lot of people are attracted to the lake because of the home options. You have a lot of different events, festivals here around the lake, in regards to all the restaurants and all the different activities here in the lake that we'll be diving into a little bit more throughout the video. And also the outdoor lifestyle. A lot of people are looking for the lake life, as some people call it. They're wanting to enjoy the lake, everything that the lake has to offer, from boating, water sports, jet skiing. Fishing is really big here on Lake Lanier. Also, you do have some swimming areas, some little beaches, and also you do have some camping ground areas and hiking areas around the lake here. So a lot of people are really attracted to all the outdoor activities that the lake has to offer. Okay, so let me share with you a couple things. The first thing I'd like to share with you about the lake is the different there are several different counties that border the different boundaries of the lake, and I like to share that with you, especially if you're looking at some homes here online and you're looking at the southern part of the lake, you're looking at the northern part of the lake, maybe the west side part of the lake and the east side. You just want to be aware of which counties that you're going to be possibly living in, because there are several counties that borders this lake, so you can be aware of. So as you're looking online, you're looking at homes, you'll have some awareness of where you are and which county that you're in. So I'm going to grab my pen here, show you here. So, and this is not to scale, but just give you a little idea of where everything is at. This part of the lake from here down around here, about right there, is Forsyth County, mostly known as Cumming, Georgia. And on this side of here, going up over here, you got Beaufort, Flower Branch, Sugar Hill. All those are in Gwinnett County. And then from here up around to the top over here, I'd probably say I'm gonna just go halfway here, where you got Oakwood, you have Gainesville, you have Murrayville. All these different suburbs are in Hall County. And then on this side over here, going this direction over, you have Dawsonville, and also you do have part of this part here, which is Dawsonville is in Dawson County. And then up here, I'd say right here, I might dip down a little bit, is Lumpkin County, where you would find Dahlonega. So I just want to point out the different counties there. Again, we have Hall County, we have Forsyth County, you have Dawson County, you got Lumpkin County, and also you have Gwinnett County. So you can see you have several different counties here in Georgia that do touch the borders of the lake. Okay, now that you know which county borders which part of Lake Lanier, you might be asking yourself, well, Matthew, what part of the lake do you recommend us looking at if we are looking to live on the lake or maybe around the lake? And that's really depends on your preference, your budget, the lifestyle, the amenities that you're looking for, the type of community that you're looking to live in, and also, the proximity of if you have to travel to Atlanta or if you have to travel south for work. All those factors play into what part of the lake you'd want to live in, but I'm just going to highlight some things about each part of the lake that will share with you why people live in those parts of the lake. The first one is technically this part here. We really call it the southern part of the lake, which really encompasses Forsyth County and Gwinnett County. And really, when we talk to buyers who are looking at this area, a lot of them are still working. They like the convenience of the proximity of Atlanta. They like the ideal commutes to get down to maybe Alpharetta, or if they want to go across town, they're really close to other suburbs here in the North Georgia area. Also, they like to be closer to some of the stores and restaurants. Also, they're looking at the different type of schools that maybe they like their kiddos to go to. And as we always tell our buyers, make sure you check out schooldigger.com or one of those websites before choosing a home or purchasing a home. Make sure you check out those websites, check out the ratings of any schools before you make a determination on purchasing a home. But one of the things, the drawbacks of being on the southern part of the lake is that it is a little bit more active, a little bit more congested because you're in the southern part. And also, if you do use the lake here, the southern part of the lake is a lot more active. It has a little bit more events, a lot more people are on the southern part of the lake in regards to their boats. So it's a little bit more crowded, a little bit more active on the lake on the southern part as compared to the northern part of the lake. Okay, for those of you who are looking to purchase a home on the lake or around the lake on the east side, I'd call over here, really more up in this area here, and also part of the northern part, we would call that Gainesville area here in Hall County. A lot of people that like living in this area are really interested in a strong boating community. There's a lot of boating communities here. There's a lot of marinas in this part of the lake. Also, there are other marinas throughout the lake, but you do have a lot of cluster of marinas. Some of the 55 active adult communities are in this part of the lake. So when we're talking to a lot of our buyers who want that type of lifestyle, myself or my team would show them this part of the lake just so they can get an idea of what type of home options are there in the lake. The one thing that they don't like about it, if they do need to commute into town, it is a further drive to get down to Atlanta when you're on the northern east side of the lake. But you do have 985 here that you could take down, which does travel south into Atlanta, which actually jumps onto 85, and then you would take that down to Atlanta. But overall, people that live in this part of the lake do really enjoy. They're boating enthusiasts, and they also are looking for that active adult community. And also there are other communities here and around this part. Also, Gainesville does have a great hospital right here, so people really enjoy the access to healthcare with the major hospital right here in Gainesville. If you are interested in this part of the lake and you're interested in Gainesville, I'd highly recommend that you check out my playlist. I have a video about living in Gainesville, Georgia. I definitely would recommend that you take a look at. You can get some wonderful information about living in Gainesville, Georgia. And the other part of the lake that people like looking at is this part of the lake. This is in Dawson County, might be part of Lumpkin, and it does come down a little bit down into Forsyth County, more than on the northern side of the county. And when we're talking to buyers that are interested in this part of the lake, or they just share with my team and I that they're looking for a little bit more quiet living, they don't really want to be in a community, they don't want to be in a community that has homeowner associations, they really like the scenic views. A lot of buyers are attracted to this part of the lake, and also they have easy access to head north up into Dahlonega and also into the Blue Ridge Mountains, so they really enjoy that. Also over here in Dawsonville, you do have the Amicall Falls, so if people are interested in hiking and outdoor activities, more hiking, mountain biking, horseback riding, you have a lot of different options here over in Dawsonville and also in Dahlonega, but you do have the Amicall Falls right here just north of Dawsonville. So overall, people that look at this part of the lake really are interested in just access to the lake. They might be on the lake, or you're utilizing the boat docks here on the lake, boat ramps that are open to the public. Also, you got some parks here, so they're looking for this overall outdoor activities that this part of the lake has to offer. Also, different parts of the lake, if you say, well, Matthew, we're really looking for a house on the lake that does have a dock and it has deep water, then that would be something that the southern part of the lake definitely has a lot of access to deep water. As you start going up a little further north into these fingers, you might have some deep water access, but that's really individualized by each property. That would be something that my team and I would take a look at as we looked at each home, looked at the lot, looked at the dock that the property's on, and what does the water level look like, and how far does the water level go down, because the water levels do go up and down here on Lake Lanier. Okay, let me show you some of the arteries and highways around Lake Lanier. First thing I always like to share with you, if you were going to fly into the airport here in Atlanta, you're coming in from out of town, there's a couple different ways that you could go to Lake Lanier based on where you'd be meeting myself or my team and what part of the lake that you would be possibly looking at some homes. First option would be just head directly north up 400. It's also known as 19, which would take you directly into Cumming. And then from Cumming there on 19, you could go to some of the southern part of the lake, or you could just continue up 400. As you get into Dawsonville, you could shoot over some roads there. You could continue heading up Dahlonega, and you could take Highway 60 this way to get to the northern part of the lake. The other option would be is you would take 85, and from 85 you head north, and then from 85 you would jump on 985, and that would take you into Gainesville. And there's a couple exits here that you could jump off if you're going to be meeting us in one of these areas here, or you just come to Gainesville, and if you're going to be meeting us here in the Gainesville area or the Murrayville area, we would meet you at one of those exits there. Okay, let's take a closer look at the lake in regards to roads and arteries. So here again is Highway 400. If you came into Cumming, you have a couple different ways you get to the southern part of the lake. This is exit 14 on Highway 400, also known as 20, and you could take 20 heading east, and you could jump on some of these different roads here to get to the southern part. Also, if you got off on Cumming, there is a nice little road here called Buford Dam Road that goes along the southern part of the lake. It goes across the dam, Lake Lanier Dam, and goes this way. And instead of going up 985, this is one option coming from the city. You could also jump over here, and there's a road here called McEver Road, and that goes along the lake here. A little bit more of a scenic view, but it is another way for you to go up and around the lake, or you could just take 985 this way, jump on one of these roads here and meet one of us here on this side of the lake. Or also you could continue up 400, and you got to exit here. This is called 369, and that goes all the way over parts of the lake here in Forsyth County and also in Dawsonville. It's called 369. And if you continue up into Dawsonville, there's also a highway here called Highway 53. And as you continue heading north up 400 here, this would take you through Dawsonville. This is Dawsonville right here. Again, this is Highway 53 that takes you over the lake. That takes you over into Gainesville, or you continue heading north on 19, and then this is also called 60, and this 60 takes you on the northern part of the lake down into the Gainesville area, or you can take some of these roads here into the northern part of the lake. So as you can see, got some really great arteries to get around the lake. That's why a lot of people like living at the lake. One thing to be mindful of as you're driving and taking a look at homes at the lake, especially if you're looking online, some of these homes that are on the lake, to get to them are on paved roads, but then once you get closer to the lake, especially some of these homes have some really beautiful views of the lake. Some of them are on dirt or gravel roads, not all of them are paved, so this is something to be mindful of. If that's something that you are not interested in, make sure you share that with myself and my team so we can make sure that we're not showing you any properties that might be on a gravel or paved road. But some of the homes with the best views and also with the deepest boat ramps and docks on their property, or sometimes the properties that are on gravel roads because of the slope of the lot. It's just difficult to have a paved or concrete road there in front of the house. Now, a lot of our buyers will be asking, so Matthew, what are some of the amenities around and on the lake? What are some of the outdoor activities that are available on the lake? So we're going to dive a little bit into those different amenities around the lake and also some of the outdoor activities so you're aware of what's available here in the lake. The first amenity that I'd like to share with you is called the Margaritaville at Lake Lanier. Now this is right here in the southern part of the lake. It's more on the Gwinnett County side. As I shared with you, come over on the Buford Dam Road. You can get over here on McEver Road. It's right here. This is really a fun part of the island. You have a lot of different activities for the kiddos. You get some water fountains, you get beaches, you get some slides. So you can see this is a really great attraction that a lot of people like coming to here at the water park. It is a entertainment hub for the residents that live on the lake and also around the lake. And also people all over Georgia do come to travel to visit the Margarita at Lake Lanier throughout the year. So you can see how much fun, and if you're wondering, especially myself who moved here from Florida, living close to the beach, I was wondering, what does the Lake Lanier have to offer? And once I learned more about the lake, I really got to really enjoy the lake and the lake life that Lake Lanier had to offer. Also here on Margaritaville Island, you do have a lodge here. You have the Lanier Island Lodge. Also, you do have a couple bars here. You have the Twisted Oar, and also you do have the Margaretaville at Lanier Islands, which we just discussed. And also, they have several different concerts, live entertainment right here at Margaretaville at Lanier Islands. And also for July 4th, they have some amazing fireworks right here on the island that you can come to visit and enjoy your July 4th. Also, we have several different people who have boats will come to the southern part of the lake and really enjoy the fireworks at the Margaretaville of Lanier Islands. Okay, let's show you some of the different parks and boat and beaches areas that people can go to, and also there are some campground sites. Again, we're just here on the southern part. You have Shoal Creek Campground, where you can bring your camper. You have access to the lake here. You can stay there for the weekend. A lot of people like bringing their camper and enjoying the lake and taking their boats or jet skis out on the lake. So that's one of the campgrounds I like to show you. Also, we have the West Beach Park beach right here. As you can see, a lot of the residents come here to enjoy the park and the beach. The lake gives people the opportunity to have a place to come swim and enjoy the day, especially on some of these nice warm summer days. Over here, we also have Lake Lanier. That's the wrong one. As you can see here, as I scroll out here, I just want to click out of here just so you can see some of these different parks. As you can see, everything in green here, the little tree, is a park. So you can see here on Lake Lanier, you have plenty of different parks on the southern part of the park and also on the east and west side. Also, you have several different marinas. I'll show you here. Here are a lot of the different marinas here on the lake that you can have access to. You do have several different dry boat places that you can store your boats all around the lake. If you do like to store your boat where you're not storing it on your personal property. Also, you do have several different marinas here on Lake Lanier that you can enjoy. And as I share with you, as you get further into Gainesville, you have several different other marinas. Right here, you get the Gainesville Marina and boat sales. This is a nice marina. Actually, I've been at this marina with some of my friends that actually had a boat, and they used this marina to store their boat and were able to take the day out on Lake Lanier, really enjoy the day with their boat. So you can see some of the marinas here. And as I share with you, there are several different dining options here in and around the lake. Some of them are on the lake that you can access. So a lot of people do enjoy the different dining here on the lake and also some of the lodging that's available. And the last thing I'd like to share with you, especially if you are someone who enjoys golfing, there are several different golf courses around Lake Lanier. There are some golf courses on Lake Lanier. Just want to point those out to you. And also, because you have several different counties that butt up against the border of Lake Lanier, as you can see, you have several different golf courses, country club areas that you can golf all around Lake Lanier. But if you're wondering, which was the golf course on the lake, this would be Lanier Islands Legacy Golf Course, a really beautiful golf course here on the lake. Got some nice lake views as you're golfing on this beautiful golf course. Another golf course here is the Chattahoochee Golf Club here in the Gainesville area. Also, one of the great things about being here in North Georgia, especially on the golf courses or also when you're on the lake, is all the wildlife that you'll be able to see on the lake and around the lake and also on these different golf courses. So you'll be able to see deer, you see a lot of hawks and different type of birds. Several different type of wildlife live around the lake and on the lake that people really get to enjoy, especially if they live on the lake or around the lake. They enjoy seeing all the wildlife. And the last activity that's really big here on the lake that's really evolved over the last several years is really the fishing tournaments. There are several different fishing tournaments here on Lake Lanier throughout the year. We actually have the Bass Masters event that's here on the lake. You have a lot of different colleges and also high schools that have bass fishing tournaments. And also some of them, you do have some regional club tournaments. But overall, if you do enjoy fishing or you do want to get into fishing or you have some kiddos that would really enjoy getting into fishing, you have several different types of species of fish here on Lake Lanier. And as I share with you, there's several different areas that you can fish, especially in getting in some of these different fingers by some of the docks and that are on the properties. You can really catch some really beautiful and delicious fish here on Lake Lanier. Okay, let's jump over to my FMLS system so we can take a look at some of the homes here on the lake. Again, I just did a general search, nothing very particular, just trying to show you some homes on different parts of the lake so you have a little idea what type of home options are here on the lake, but as I shared with you earlier, you have a lot of different variety of homes, a lot of different price points, different budgets, different lifestyles. Some of these homes are in communities and some of them are not in communities. So it really depends on what you and your family are looking for. But please feel free to reach out to my team and I. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you answer your questions so we can make sure that we help you find the right home, especially if you're looking for a home here on Lake Lanier. And let's take a look here. So just go a little bit further north, going up here. Okay, so this is a home here on Lake Lanier. It's a private dock, so it does not look like it has a homeowner association. So this is just an idea of what you would get if you're looking for a home. Again, all different price points, price ranges here on Lake Lanier. But as you can see, this is a home that's on Lake Lanier with their own private dock. It's listed for $1,095,000. It has a total of 3 bedrooms, 2 bath home, built in 1999. It actually sits on a really nice piece of property. It's almost 3 acres, plus or minus, and the square footage is a little bit over 2,400 square feet. And also just want to see if it has a basement, and looks like it does have a finish. Looks like a finish, and part of it is unfinished. So let's take a look at some of these pictures. As you see, nice sitting area out looking at the beautiful Lake Lanier. Got your private dock, so you can have your boat there. You have your jet skis, some nice privacy, some beautiful scenic views of the lake. Gives you an idea of where the house is. As you can see, as I share with you, as you get further into the northern part of the lake and also part of the southern part of the lake, you have a lot of trees and privacy. So you can see it is a really beautiful lake here, and it shows you where the house here is on the lake on this finger. Nice entrance. Looks like it has 2 garages. You might be able to fit 4 cars in there. So they're really highlighting the lake and the lifestyle that this house has to offer here on the lake. Okay, so that gives you an idea of what one of the homes on the lake looks like that is not in a community. I wanted to show you, I had another one I want to show you here. A little bit, it's on the Cumming, Georgia side, a little bit more south again, but it's in Forsyth County. Again, this is on Lake Lanier. This actually home has 2 private docks. It's listed for $1,499,999. So let's just call that 1.5 million for those of you who sort of round that up. It is a 5 bedroom, 4.5 bath home, has over 6,500 square feet. So really nice large home, really large basement finished, built in 1995. And actually has 4-sided brick. I just want to make sure that we're not in a homeowner association. So we're not in a homeowner association. So let's take a look at this beautiful home here. As you can see, really nice large home, 2-car garage, 4-sided brick, right here on Lake Lanier. As you can see where they're pointing out where the home is, and they have the 2 docks here right on one of the fingers of Lake Lanier. Nice backyard. Looks like it's a 2-level terrace where it comes out of the basement and also on the main level of the house. So nice open floor plan. You can sit out there on the back deck, really enjoying yourself, enjoying what the lake has to offer in regards to the quality of life. Down by the docks, you got a nice little screening area where you keep your skis, your boats. All right, so I just want to point out to you, share with you and show you some of the homes, but as you can see here, we only grabbed a couple of the homes here on Lake Lanier, but as you can see, in this search, we have several different homes here on Lake Lanier for you to look at based on your lifestyle and your budget and what you and your family are looking for.
Thank you for watching our video about Lake Lanier, Georgia. If after watching this video, if you're interested in moving to Lake Lanier, or you just have some more questions, pick up the phone, give us a call. My team and I are always here to help. You can even set up a Zoom call with us, send us a text. All our contact information is in the description below. The great news is that my team and I, we eat, sleep, and breathe real estate here on Lake Lanier and the surrounding suburbs. Also, make sure you check out our playlist. We have other great videos just like this one with great content about living on Lake Lanier and the surrounding suburbs. We also did a great video about living on Lake Hartwell. If you're interested in living a little bit further north in North Georgia, make sure you check out that video. And until next time, as we always say here on our channel, North Georgia Life, we make the world a better place, one person, one family, one investor at a time, through the power of real estate.